Like many people, I love watching home renovation shows, from the befores and afters, especially when there's such a drastic improvement from the original space. But not all home renovation shows are made equal. Sometimes the designer goes against the homeowner's wishes. Other times the workmanship is that of a 5-year-old. But do you know what stings just that little bit more? When you know your loved one was involved in the destruction of your home. And today we are going to be talking about a TV show that does exactly that. What show am I talking about? Changing Rooms. Changing Rooms was a British television show on BBC that ran from 1996 to 2004. The premise of the show was similar to other shows at the time, like Trading Spaces. Neighbours, family, or friends would trade homes to make over a room in each other's homes with the help of a designer on a tight budget, and the homeowner could not decide what went into it. But you would think that because they had an interior designer on hand, that everything would go smoothly. Right? Right? I think one of the most depressing yet well-known spaces in Changing Rooms history was one that involved teapots. This homeowner had a large collection of antique teapots that had taken a lifetime to collect. Many of sentimental value, like a 21st birthday gift her mother received, and many vintage one-off finds as well. Before the show was ever filmed, she wrote to the producers requesting that the collection be housed in a corner cabinet. However, the designer, Linda Barker, had a different idea. And I'm sure you can guess exactly what happened as soon as they left the room.
Only seconds after finishing in Linda's room, disaster struck. The added weight of all those books proved too much for the freestanding shelves.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That is all our teapots.
Oh no.
That is all our teapots.
Oh no.
I don't know, Andy. I think we just have to put our hands up on this one.
I don't believe this.
Oh no, I'm crying now.
Girls.
It's the books. We shouldn't have put the books on. You wanted a corner cabinet. I gave you a nice hanging modern shelf, okay? It's not to do anything to do with you. It's my fault entirely, and I'm going to take responsibility for that. And I'm going to meet Clodagh and tell her exactly what's happened. Okay?
As an interior designer myself, I genuinely cannot believe that this was allowed to happen. I know it tends to be the case with TV shows of this era, and I mean, Trading Spaces did that on an absolute extreme, but even in an ideal world, this doesn't make sense for this collection. Like, let's say that the collection didn't fall down. It still doesn't make sense. You've got this in the middle of the room. It's right next to the lanes of traffic that are coming in from the kitchen. Hell, even the simple fact that fine china and books are heavy, terrible idea for something hanging from the ceiling. Like, it is, you would not catch a designer doing this ever, because it's just bad design. Now, something I will give the show credit for, despite it being the bare minimum, yet at this time period it was actually genuinely pretty rare to experience, was the fact that they did not tell the homeowner on camera. They told them privately, off camera, and then the designer spoke on the show and kind of gave an excuse, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, I was so worried about going in there. My heart was racing, and she was disappointed, but she was actually okay about it, and it kind of took my breath away. She was laughing at the end about it. Not hysterically, she was just okay. She was going, it's not a life or death thing, you know, it's China at the end of the day. I was so relieved to hear that.
Yeah. No one's buying that. And honestly, the homeowner didn't either. Despite getting the largest insurance payout in the show's history, which was $6,000, the homeowner admits that she was never able to restart her collection because of the fear that everything would be destroyed yet again. And that is so sad, because she had something that she was doing for her entire life, and now she feels like she can't do it anymore. But you know what's kind of funny? She actually thought that they killed her cat before they told her, and it was a bit of a miscommunication. And I don't know which is worse, destroying your entire life's possessions and the hobby that you've had your entire life, or killing your fur friend. Please tell me which one's worse, because they're both pretty bad. You've lost your purpose, or you've lost your cuddle buddy. That is, oof.
My gran could do better. And she's dead.
But this homeowner's story is unfortunately not unique, and the producers even admitted that the first time that someone disliked a transformation, it made the show. So of course they're going to do risky designs and go against the homeowner's wishes. Another couple got a nursery makeover, and they got a color that should never be in a nursery. Make sure you write down in the comments below which colors should never be in a nursery, and I'll tell you in just a second what they decided to choose. 3, 2, 1. Lime green. What are these people thinking?
On you go. Open your eyes.
Wow.
Where's the room gone? Where's the what gone?
Where's the room gone?
Wow.
The room's still here. We haven't actually knocked
the
any
whole
walls
room.
down or anything.
That's unbelievable.
It does look a lot better, doesn't it? Look at that. That's unbelievable. It's green, isn't it?
Do you
I
like
think it's
green?
lovely.
Lovely here. Somebody said to me at very late notice, "Oh no, it's all right, don't let you get all emotional. I mean, that you didn't like green."
I didn't, but I like them.
This poor girl is like fighting for her life to not say that she hates this color, and I would like to say that they actually put in their request form to not paint the room green, and they went with the worst color. But on top of that, she's trying to move herself away from the camera while the presenter is forcefully moving her back, and that just irks me. Oh. Now, looking at the space as an interior designer, I can see that it at least does have some, design elements, we'll call it. They have painted the ceiling the same color to create a more cohesive looking space in especially an odd room. This is a good thing to do. They've also added all different types of storage for the kids, which I think is great, including the shelves and the toy tubs. They have a monochromatic space, which can look nice if they had done a different shade of green, or quite literally any color. They could have done blue. That would have looked beautiful in the space. And honestly, this shade of green reminds me of Paris green, which, if you don't know, was like an arsenic-based paint in like the 1800s, which was severely poisonous and toxic to people. And they've just brought it back in fashion. Don't you just love that?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
The most annoying thing about this show for me personally is that there isn't just like one bad designer that you can kind of pin all your rage onto. At least in Trading Spaces, you did have that with Hildy, and you knew that she was a wild card and you just never knew what you were going to get that episode. Whereas with this, sometimes it was just a bad designer, sometimes it was just bad design, sometimes the homeowners just did not know what they were doing. So it really did keep you on your toes. But in the exact same episode as this lime green nursery, this other couple has an amazing space.
I think you should open your eyes.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I cannot. I don't even know
I
where we
can't
came
believe
in.
it.
Oh, it's brilliant. Oh,
Can't
it's brilliant.
believe it.
Oh, right.
Fantastic. Oh, great.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh, it's lovely.
Great.
Oh, it's
Brilliant.
This is all your own furniture, which I think
Oh,
we
right.
felt was a great base to start off with, because
Wow.
it's
Yes.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And your picture
Yeah.
frames
I
fitted
just,
in so
Oh,
well.
yeah,
that's lovely.
Have you a little girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tracy when she
Oh,
was
yeah.
little, yeah. Oh,
I
it's
just don't know what to say.
wonderful.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I didn't think you could do this.
Honestly, this space is really well done. We have a really nice color palette, some repetition of stripes and other patterns throughout the space, and used a lot of what the homeowner already had to tie this room all together. Now, if I had to be nitpicky, I would say that the pillows are displayed oddly, but it was very in vogue at the time for some reason, and the rug could certainly have been larger, but for a shabby chic 90s country space, this is done really, really well, and it genuinely does feel elevated and actually works with a lot of the principles that I talk about when elevating design. Now, if you would like to take your home to the next level, make sure you go ahead and download my free guide and checklist down below, all about how to elevate your home the simplest way possible. So if that's something you're interested in, it'll be linked down below. A designer on the show that I would like to touch on is Lawrence Lowenbowen. I think that's how we say his name. This guy, especially in his younger years, certainly reminds me of like Beauty and the Beast. He both designs and presents in the show, and overall, I would say he's genuinely a pretty good designer. He's not everyone's cup of tea because he is a little bit bolder with his colors and patterns, but overall, he has a really good eye for design.
For anyone that says that DIY can't be sexy, watch on.
And of course, in true changing room fashions, he goes against the homeowner's request in terms of color. Let's see how he does.
My taste is like a 4-year-old. Unicorns, princesses, pink, flamingos. My dream design would be beach themes. Favourite colours are Caribbean colours, pink, blue, sunshine yellow. I don't like brown. Brown just is not my colour.
3, 2, 1. Open your eyes.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, what's happened? Oh my God!
I could swear that is absolutely amazing. Isn't it beautiful?
I'm not going to cry, but it's amazing. Look at it. Who knew brown could look so good?
She doesn't like brown.
No one likes brown.
But it looks amazing.
This room is genuinely impressive, and we can see that Lawrence knows exactly what he's doing. He keeps things girly and pink for her, but adds some depth into the room that was dire for a space that's so quirky like this. And you guessed it, they used brown. Now, although changing rooms has a lot of bad takes, when a designer actually knows what they're talking about, they can genuinely change a person's perspective on a color that they dislike. Because usually when someone dislikes a color, it's usually a specific shade or tone that they dislike. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So brown is a very, very common one. But in this space, he's tied it in all together to make it work really well with the girly look while still adding some depth as well. And the thing that he has done differently is he's thought about the tone and why he's using it in the space. He also creates some visual cues as to where her clothes go, and although it is a little weird coming out of the closet like that, you can see he's made the room far more functional than in the beginning. And this is what was so addictive about shows like this. You didn't know if you were going to get a lovely room transformation or just lose all your prized possessions. Or cat. But honestly, there were some really great design tips, especially for the budget-friendly designer. And as long as you didn't get a rogue interior designer, you, on average, did okay. Now, if you would like to see another show that had a wild interior designer, I would highly suggest checking out my Trading Spaces video here, and I'll see you on the next design adventure.